This is the Infatuasian podcast, a show where we aim to elevate the voices of Asian creators and entrepreneurs. Today we're going to be speaking with Kate Apiratanapimonchai about her life as an immigrant turned med student turned beauty influencer turned entrepreneur. Her company, Moshika Beauty, produces cruelty-free vegan beauty products that are safe for all types of skin. I think you'll find her story unique and inspiring, and I really hope you enjoy our chat. Thanks for listening. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Infatuasian podcast. Hope you're all doing great out there. Today, we're going to have a really fun show. We're going to be talking a little makeup, a little lashes, a little beauty with an influencer that posts at Kate's Glamour, and she's also the founder of Moshika Beauty. It's Kate Apiratanapimonchai. Welcome, Kate.
Hi, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you so much for having me today.
Oh, my pleasure. And you're coming to us from Tampa Bay?
Right, Tampa, Florida.
How's the weather today? Is it dry? Is it rainy? Is it hot?
It's actually all of the above.
Yeah, right.
Yes, like we had 3 seasons in one day.
I figure if you're a weather person in Tampa, you basically, all you have to say is it's going to be 90 to 95 with the chance of rain every day.
Yes, like essentially summer right now. It's just, you never know, and raining every 15 minutes.
Fun fact, I was in Orlando a couple weeks ago visiting the mouse.
That's awesome. How did you like it?
It's pretty intense though, to be honest. A Disney day, when you do Disney World, well, we've done Disneyland because we're from California, but when you do Disney World, it's a full commitment. Like you're there 12 hours, you're there for a long time in the heat, and you got to prepare for the weather. So it was a good time, but yeah, I was really exhausted. I was ready to come home.
Yeah, and you get to go to all the parks here too.
We did all the Disney ones, and then we did Universal, which is fun too.
Wow, that's a lot.
It
But I'm
was.
glad you had fun.
Do you get out there much? You're what, 2 hours away at 90 minutes away?
Yeah, it's like 2 hours away. I go on not so busy season,
Right.
and they
yeah.
do have Floridian discount too.
Oh, okay,
but I
yeah.
think it's only work for like non-busy, which I prefer anyway. So it's less people.
Yeah, go on a
Yes.
Tuesday in February.
Exactly. That's the perfect day for me.
Yeah. All right, so we are talking beauty and makeup, and we're talking with Kate about that. And I'm guessing from your last name that you're from Thailand.
Yes, I am. I'm actually from Bangkok, Thailand.
Anytime you see a last name with more than like 6 letters, you can probably either Japanese or Thai, but if you get over 12 letters, it's definitely a Thai last name.
Yes, it's common in Thailand. Everyone has long last name.
So you grew up in Bangkok. What were you like as a kid? What did you play with dolls? Did you play sports? What were you like?
I was actually more tomboyish
Oh, really?
because, yes, I know. And everyone is so surprised when I said that because how girly I look nowadays.
Yeah.
They're like, you? No way. When I show my friend photo, they were like, I didn't know you have a brother. I said, that's me. But I believe my dad wanted to have a boy as their first child, but he
Yeah.
got me, so he treated me like a boy. So that's how I became tomboyish.
He gave you a soccer ball and taught you how to chase dogs and climb trees and stuff.
Yes, exactly.
So let's see. When did you come to the United States?
I moved here when I was 12.
So that's like right around 7th grade, 6th or 7th grade.
Yeah, 6th, 7th grade at the time. And it was a little scary, but I was so excited about Disney. So I didn't know what
right.
I was going into. I was excited to leave. And my parents were crying because my uncle went and picked me up. So they didn't really get to come with me when I first moved here.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Wow.
Yeah, but I was happy. I was excited thinking that my life would be like Mean Girls. you
Oh, yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in the movie, everyone's so pretty and just so much fun partying, but it didn't turn out that way at all.
Yeah, you realize that those movies are not really what high
I
school is.
know. I didn't see any cute guy in the
Uh,
movie.
and so yeah, I was in Orlando and I looked around and I didn't notice a whole lot of Asians walking around. Were you one of the only Asians in your school?
Yes, I think that's what make it difficult because I was only 12 and of course all the kids there is around my age and they live in Kissimmee. They probably haven't really traveled as much. So
Hmm.
when I first started school, they kind of like, like, oh, what are you kind of feeling? But I mean, they
Right.
didn't ask me, but they probably like, oh, you
Yeah.
look different. And kids, they don't understand that. And on top
Sure.
of that, I didn't speak English, so it make it difficult for me to even make friends or for them to come talk to me because I didn't look
Yeah.
friendly. I didn't I didn't look
Yeah.
friendly and
Because you didn't
I
understand what they were saying.
yeah, and I'm like too afraid to even go talk to them because I could not speak English.
Oh, yeah. And middle school is just tough. It's just a tough age. So, yeah, I feel you on that one. So, what sorts of things did you do to survive that? What sort of subjects did you like, or what sort of things did you study?
At the time, I didn't have any favorite subject because I failed every single class.
Oh, no.
So nothing was my favorite. But to be honest, if I were to pick, I think I did really well in science. Like I
Okay.
did really well in science for some reason. And I remember when I started to kind of grasp my way onto what studying method works for me. Science has been my favorite subject.
So you adapted pretty fast.
Yeah.
And then in high school, so you're good at science. What other things were you kind of into in high school?
I think in high school, I actually moved to Chicago for freshman and sophomore year. And
Hmm.
Chicago is like an architecture city and it's very artsy. So that's when I really get to tap into my art size because
Ah, okay.
in Florida, all the curriculum, all the extra class, what is that, elective class, we didn't
Hmm.
have much option, but in Chicago, they have art, they have digital design. So that's when I really got into art. I wanted to go to Art Institute of Chicago. I did went for a tour and everything, but I have to move back to Florida on my junior year because my family started restaurant business. So I have to move back and help them. So that's kind of ruined my art future a little bit.
Mm. Well, for a little while, but then you started getting into makeup a little bit in high school, yeah?
Yeah, so we got into the teenage year where we feel
Hmm.
more girly, we want to look pretty, we start attracting guys.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
start hanging out with friends, and I by that time my English was normal, I would say.
Hmm.
So that's when I kind of be more girly, like less tomboyish, be more girly, wearing makeup, take care of myself and all that. So that's when I think the age when I started to take makeup more serious.
Yeah, yeah. And then you're off to college. What were you thinking you would study in college when you went to school?
Like I mentioned earlier, I thought I would go into art. I really, really wanted to go to Art Institute of Chicago at the time, but being an Asian family
Uh-huh.
and an only daughter, only child, only granddaughter even,
Oh, wow.
my family really want me to have a career where it's more stable because
Sure,
they
sure.
were like, oh, with art you're not gonna make money, so they want me to be more stable with my future, and they suggest me to go into medicine. They didn't
Hmm.
really require me to be a doctor, but they just want me to go into science or medical field just for my security in the
Sure, sure.
future. So, and I did well in science classes too. So
Hmm.
I chose biology as my
Hey,
major.
me too.
And but you actually like it.
Yeah, yeah. So you're in undergrad and you're studying biology, thinking pre-med, but you're still doing the makeup on the side, or are you doing it on Instagram, or what's going on with the makeup scene in this part of your
Yeah,
life?
so I have been enjoying makeup throughout college and all, even though I haven't really like share it on social media or anything. But if my friend were to say something about me, they would say, "Oh, she love makeup. She always come in full glam." Like people around me would come to me for makeup advice.
Uh-huh.
And I actually got a job at one point as a makeup artist, seasonal at Sephora.
Okay.
And that was a dream come true because I didn't have any retail experience. I
Yeah.
think the way I show up for my interview, they saw my makeup and they just hired me.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
So I get to learn a lot about makeup when I was working with Sephora. I really enjoy it.
mhm.
I got exposed to all the brand, everything makeup related, skincare,
Mhm.
everything. You know Sephora, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's Disney for 18 and older.
Yeah. I mean, if even a guy like me knows Sephora, you know it's a big brand and it's a
Yeah,
big company.
so
Yeah.
it it's really like eye-opening to me when I first started
Uh-huh.
working there. I really really enjoy it, but I know that this is not like the end. This is not where I'm gonna go in Korea
Sure. Yeah.
because I was studying medicine. Like, what am I gonna do as a for?
Right, right. You're saying, okay, well, that was fun. It was a part-time job, but now it's time to,
Exactly.
hit the books and you're trying to get to med school.
Mm-hmm.
So you're taking all the hard classes. You're trying to get the
Yes.
high GPA. And then, so as you're applying to med school, were you just thinking, I'm just going to be a doctor the rest of my life? Or what happened?
Yes, of course, because it's like you know, like it was so hard, all science courses and all that, and
Yeah,
starting for
yeah.
MCAT, taking MCAT, it's so much investment, and also
Uh-huh.
like the all these exam aren't was not like cheap either. And at the
Yeah, yeah.
time, like I was working almost full time too during
Mm-hmm.
college, so it was a lot. So it's a lot of investment, and I was volunteering at the hospital, working
Mm-hmm.
in like clinic later on, like toward the end of the bachelor degree. I was like working in clinic. It's just everything, investment, time, energy, money.
Yeah,
So that was the only option.
yeah. And so you get into medical school. And
Yay!
you're like, okay, this is it. I'm going.
Yeah, I was
Eh,
so sure. I was like, this is it. Like, this is it. Like, I'm definitely becoming a doctor.
But what was the first year like?
It was really not what I imagined.
Uh,
Yeah, I was really excited because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be like professional. I'm going to do so well. I will not get distracted. Whatever happened during undergrad, I learned from
yeah.
it. And
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna focus. But it's not what I thought would be at all. It make you know what it feel like? It feel like when I first moved to the US.
Oh,
Because
like out of
medicine is
place.
another
Like,
language.
oh
It's
yeah.
literally another language.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like being a foreigner learning medicine, it's like learning double new language,
Yeah,
two new
yeah,
language,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it was really, really hard. And I feel like all over again. Like when I first moved to US all over again, I didn't know how to study. I didn't
Mm,
understand the medical terminology and all that and the concept because medicine you it's not memorization anymore. It's understanding because you
yeah.
cannot memorize. It's so much
It's too much.
we
Yeah.
learn like six subjects in one day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you cannot memorize anything. Like if you memorize, you're not gonna make it. You have to truly understand it. So it was very challenging and everyone in there, you know, you got all the smart people together. They also
Yeah.
competitive. It's
Yeah.
really hard to find like a real friend who really care for you or like
Mm,
truly want you to do well because it's it's where
competitive.
competition
Yeah,
start like
yeah.
because at the end of med school you have to match into residency and
Sure.
I feel lost. I didn't understand, and I could not have any real friend to back me up. I feel like
Oh,
couldn't trust anyone. So it was just a really miserable year.
yeah, yeah. But when did you get the idea that you could be an influencer and maybe even have your own company? Was this during that time, during that year?
So before I got into med school, I had it's called a gap year where you
Oh,
got
okay, yeah.
accepted, and then because I think med school start August, like one time
Uh,
a year. So I got accepted in like January. That's when I found out. So I have like 5, 6 months until school start. And I know that once I start med school, I'm not gonna have a life like normal people. So I wanted to do everything that I wanted to do so I'm not regret.
Sure, yeah.
So I quit my full-time job and I decided to share makeup tutorial online, and I did it like full time because I'm the type that if I do something I go all in. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna like do it for fun. Like I'm like, you know what, I'm doing full-time influencer. Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
I quit my full-time job and did influencer full-time. And at the time, Instagram was really new,
Okay.
so everything was organic. We didn't have boost posts, we didn't have advertising. So it was
Uh-huh.
really easy to go viral then compared to
Hmm.
now.
Okay.
And you don't really see a lot of Asian with full glam makeup.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah.
yeah, so cause a lot of Asian they don't wear a lot of makeup. Cause how we grow up, we've been told that hey, if you would wear a lot of makeup, it's like it doesn't look good. Like you shouldn't wear a lot of makeup. It's just like how Asian culture we believe,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you
Yeah.
see your daughter wearing tons of makeup,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? So that's how I also grown up too. But I love makeup. I love art so much that I just feel like my face is a blank canvas that I
Yeah.
can draw paint, and I love colors. If you see my
Uh-huh.
brand, you know I love colors.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
I just paint my face like with tons of color and just create very creative look. So I think it catches a lot of audiences because of that, like being Asian and wearing a lot of makeup. They're like, whoa, like they never seen this.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So that's when I start attracting more followers. I start getting to work with major beauty brand, getting to be on their
Mm.
PR list, becoming their ambassador, being their creative like content creator. And it's crazy because some of these brand, it has been a dream brand that I never thought I would get to work with. Like I can't
Yeah.
even afford their products back then. Like I saved
Yeah.
money just to buy that one lipstick, and now I get 10 sending
Now they're
to me
sending them to you.
in
Yeah.
all shades. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like it's crazy because I didn't come from wealthy family.
Mm-hmm.
So I save money for every makeup products I buy. And when I first started my channel, I didn't invest in any product. I just use what I have
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
over and over and over again.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
different look, but not different products. But yes, it really like I really feel fulfilled that I was reached out by those brands. I'm like, wow, I'm actually good at this.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's when I started my influencer career, and then med school start, which is when everything kind of had to come to an end because
Uh-huh.
I could not continue to do both at the same time. It's just very
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah.
So I even told my followers, like, hey guys, I'm starting my medical school journey. And they were all really sad but happy for me at the same time, but I could not become consistent with the content anymore.
Yeah.
So I kind of stopped posting like when I started med school. But I remember I just could not stop thinking about it. Like the
Uh-huh.
whole time, even when I study, in my mind, it's like, what could it have it been? Like, if I were to continue, if I didn't stop, like, what could it turn out to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just always in the back of my mind until I think the end of first year. That's when I really asked myself, do I see myself practice medicine for the next 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, and 10 years is not even that long. I mean, it sounds long, right? But Yeah, but it
No, but
come.
then you'd be like 30, you're getting
Yeah,
out.
and I'm like, oh my God, I can't even do it for 10 more days.
Yeah.
I do not see myself doing this for 10 years. So I have to come up with a plan to talk to my parents because it's a lot of money
Oh,
that
yeah.
investing into another year, it's just a lot of commitment. And on top of that, I want to be able to take care of my parents because they're only getting older.
Sure.
And after
Yeah.
I graduate, I have to pay back the loan and all that. It's just a lot going on. That I think the best way for me is to drop out and follow my passion because I know my capability and I know that if I drop out to do my career in beauty, it has to give me a better life than if I were to finish med school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, I will not drop out. So I promise myself that.
Hmm. So that kind of drives you to be
Yes.
successful. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I will drop out, but I promise myself that my life has to be better than if I were to finish med school.
Wow. That's a big goal.
Yes.
So the conversation with your parents went, how did it go when you said you're dropping out of med school?
Oh, I had like a 5 minute pause that
Uh-huh.
no one said anything, but it was over the phone. And I think it was really hard, but at that time, there's nothing they can do, I already make
Sure.
up my
Yeah.
mind. They just, hey, are you sure? Like, are you sure this is what you want? I'm like, yes,
Uh-huh.
I'm sure. Like, I've been thinking about this. And I think what's important to me is I know I want to make them happy. But what really made me realize is that I think my parents really love me and they also want me to be happy.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
And they're maybe worried about you.
right, yeah. So I feel like if I finish med school and they really know how miserable I was at the time, I don't think they would be happy because I wasn't
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah. Yeah. So you were doing the influencer thing and being a brand ambassador and doing well. When did you think to yourself, you know what, I'm going to go the next step and actually start my own company with Moshika Beauty?
Yeah, so I always wanted to like have my own business, but I didn't know what it would be until being in beauty industry. And later on in the year after I drop out med school, I have more time to kind of dedicate it to the industry itself. So that's when I get to see what is missing in the industry, what is the problem that a lot of people
Hmm.
are facing, and I want to fix that problem. I want my products to be a solution and make someone's life easier. And on top of that, I also want to bring a really, really valuable message with my brand. Like I didn't want to just sell products just to sell product. I want to bring bring purpose to it
Hmm.
and also solve problem. So that's when I think the product that I have in mind was something that would be a solution to that and kind of give that answer that I wanted
Hmm.
or fill in that gap that I wanted to fill. But the issue is I don't have background in business. Like every class I
Uh,
take was science and math.
yeah.
So I don't even know where to begin. But
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough that the investor reached out to me because
Oh.
now that I was doing content and content started going viral, investor found me. Yes,
Hmm.
and they wanted to collab with influencer and they willing to do the administration side, everything that has to do with business, legal, all of that.
Uh-huh.
And then
Uh-huh.
all I have to do is test out products, create, be creative on design, and
Hmm.
then promote it. But of
Yeah.
course, I did test out their product, test out a few samples, see if there's something that I like, if it's good quality, because I care for my followers. So I finally found the right product at the time and agreed to start with them because that's exactly what I need, someone to support me on the business side, and then I can do the promoting side.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat how, if you go back in your life and you look like you had the interest in art, and then you had the interest in science, and then, and then the pieces are falling together. So like makeup is kind of like there's a lot of science behind it, right? And you're trying to make products
Yeah.
that are good and healthy.
Right. It's I think people doesn't look at it as science, but then now that I'm more behind the scene of creating products, I get to look at ingredients, and I have sensitive skin myself. So I have to be more aware of what I'm putting on my face. So that's when I kind of study more on the ingredient, like what is being involved in
Uh-huh.
it. And like for example, some people are allergic to latex, right? And they never
Uh-huh.
know that, hey, this ingredient is latex, or like, hey, this ingredient can result in skin cancer, a
Uh-huh.
buildup, right? Even
Uh-huh.
use a little by little, but if you use for a long time, then it can cause skin cancer. Like those
Wow.
are ingredients, like little ingredients like that, that can result or have a big side effect later on.
Yeah, yeah. So you launched the company. When did you launch Moshika Beauty?
I actually launched it November, like during COVID, I think 2020. Like it was like
Okay.
around that time. So it was really hard because
Yeah.
we didn't expect COVID to hit, which is when another issue happened because the investor weren't like making as good profit at the time because
Hmm.
everyone is adjusting to
Everyone.
COVID. Like
Yeah.
it's shocking to everyone. It's a whole
Hmm.
new normal that we have to leave, store were closing and everything. So unfortunately, they decided to discontinue the project. So
Mm.
they wanted me to make decision of to carry on Moshika independently, or just the project just ends. But
Mm.
I'm the type that if I were to start something, then I need to finish it. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, hey, at least I think it's a sign. I just take it
Yeah.
as a sign that like someone came in to help me get started, and then I carry it on. So
Yeah.
I make the decision and decided to rebrand and everything on my own.
Oh, wow. Wow. So it's been almost 2 years, coming,
Right.
a little more than one. What are your main products and what's your vision?
Yeah, so right after I rebrand, it took a long time because the whole year I have to study a whole new product, find my own manufacturer, test
Oh,
out the
wow.
products, redesign everything. Because now I'm in charge of everything, and
Uh-huh.
start company, register your company, and all that. So my products right now is an innovative adhesive eyeliner. I actually chose eyeliner because it's the first makeup I learned to wear.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
The first makeup that my mom bought for me was an eyeliner, and
Uh-huh.
it make a huge difference because Asian eyes are different compared to
Mm-hmm.
Caucasian and other race. Our eyes much more petite, smaller. So when you put on eyeliner, it make a huge difference that like other makeup, like foundation and all that cannot do. So I feel like it make a huge difference for me. And later on, I learned to wear eyelashes with it. So I think
Mm-hmm.
if I were only can take one product with me on a trip or something, if they like you allowed to take only one product, it would be eyelashes.
It makes the biggest impact.
It does make the biggest impact. And the thing with eyelashes is so difficult. It's really difficult for makeup beginner.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't wear fake eyelashes, but even just putting on contact lenses, and just putting stuff
Yes.
in your eye or on your eye is tricky.
Yes. It's really difficult, and being working in the field with clients who come to me for beauty advice, I think that's like their main issue. But I feel like there has to be a solution to this. Every girl deserves to look pretty and look their best. So I decided to create this product because you no longer require lash glue, and it's
Hmm.
much safer in terms of latex because it's non-latex. pretty much like latex free, and it's also vegan. So you can apply it right on your eye like a regular eyeliner, and then put the lash on right on top of the eyeliner. You don't have to do glue mess. You don't have to wait for the glue to dry, like stick the glue everywhere or having to carry the glue with you. I think that's the only reason that prevent girls from putting on eyelashes, is because it's time consuming. It's a lot of work. It's messy. And they're like, you know what? I'm just going to wear like not wearing eyelashes, but eyelash make a huge difference. And to me, when you look good, you feel good. It like opens so much more opportunity for you because you feel so much more confident.
Yeah. This may sound kind of funny, but here in San Francisco, we're still pretty cautious with wearing masks.
Yes.
And so, I work with teenage girls, and a lot of them say that they've stepped up their eye game because they don't do any makeup below the mask. All they do are the eyes. So their eye makeup is taken off a little. They put a little more effort into the eye makeup. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And that was me too, not just them.
Right.
Yes, during COVID, I don't wear anything else beside eyelashes because that's the only thing you see anyway.
Yeah. So the timing of your company was pretty good.
Yeah, it actually did. And at the time, I think they did have magnetic eyelashes, but me being in medical field, I didn't feel safe with the ingredients, and especially around my eyes, because I think it's the most sensitive area. Even the skin around your eyes, the most sensitive part. Yeah. So imagine it being on that skin and being so close to your eyeball, I just didn't feel so safe, which is why I came out with this product.
Yeah, it just sounds heavy too, to have magnets on your eye.
Yeah, it was heavy. It was heavy. I was actually wearing it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to take this off.
I can't open my eyes.
Yes, it was heavy. It's really uncomfortable.
So company's doing well, and you're coming out with a product. You just came out with a second product line. Is that what I heard?
Yeah. So it's actually the third collection, but it's our coffee lash. And this is because I love coffee so much. And one of my dream actually is to like open a coffee shop or a boba tea or a boba shop because I love coffee. I love coffee shop. So I combined the two, the cafe theme and the beauty of the lash. So I combine it. It's like a coffee cup. If you go on our website, moshikabeauty.com, you'll see it. It's like a coffee cup theme, but it has our lashes in there. Yes.
And so things are going well, and you're still doing the influencing.
Yeah, so I do influencer beauty tutorial, but now I'm focusing more on encouraging fellow immigrant girls or guys, that are interested in following their dream, following their career. So because I got a lot of questions like, how did you do that? How do you drop out and do this?
Yeah.
I get so many DM that I started to share those content because I think it's very valuable. And I just want to tell all the new generation, especially Asian American, that, hey, you don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a lawyer to be successful. You can follow your dream, but at least you need to make sure that, hey, that's something you're really passionate about and you have a purpose to back it up, not like to do it just to do it.
Yeah. No, you have an amazing story. I'm really, really rooting for you. I hope you guys you do really well.
Thank you so much.
Oh, of course. All right, you ready to talk a little beauty?
Yes.
Okay. Now you're talking to someone who knows nothing, so you can just treat me like I don't know anything. All right, so I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Try to help me out here.
Okay.
So I think you talked on this a little bit, but maybe you can elaborate. But if you had someone, so my daughter.
Yes.
Not that I want her to wear makeup to school, but she just asked me, could she wear makeup to school? So she's at that age where she doesn't know anything. So what tip would you give to someone, not necessarily a 12-year-old, but what tip would you give to someone who maybe they don't wear any makeup, but they wanted to maybe, just kind of test the waters and get started on makeup? What would you tell them to do?
Right. So like I said, my first beauty products, and it was around 12 years old, was an eyeliner.
Mm-hmm.
So because I think that kind of make the most different to your whole makeup look,
Mm-hmm.
because eye is literally where you use to talk to people and kind of
Yeah.
like open, like eye opening, you know that word. So
Yeah.
eye is like the window to everything. So
Mm.
I think they should start with eyeshadow because it's fun. It's very fun, and they can be creative with it, with eyeshadow, eyeliner. Like I think that's something that they can start with. And there's so many like fun eyeshadow palette nowadays, even like very basic one, you know, like they can play with. Because to me it's like art palette. It's like, what is it, you know,
Uh-huh.
color palette. That's
Yeah,
like you give toddler when they like start
yeah.
drawing or
Yeah.
coloring, right? So I feel like it's the same concept when you're introducing girl to makeup. You want to give them something that like they can be creative about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not,
Mm-hmm.
because if you think about like foundation, they cannot be creative. It's only one
Yeah, yeah,
shade.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's the only thing you put on your face. And to me, I feel like when you're young, your skin are amazing. You have glowing skin, you have no pores, you have no acne. Why cover it up?
Yeah, yeah,
Right? So
yeah.
I don't think foundation, blush, or anything like that is, it's a really great product for beginner. And lipstick, I think it's like it make them look too old for their
Yeah.
age. Yes,
Yeah.
and they are clumsy at the age, like the lipstick will be all over their face.
Sure,
So I
sure.
think
Yeah.
eyeshadow palette or eyeliner.
Okay. All right. Good tip. Good tip. And we are the Infatuasian podcast, so we try to talk about Asian things. Is there a difference between products that someone might use if they're Asian versus if they're different ethnicities?
Definitely 100%. All my Asian customer come to me
Uh,
when I work at Sephora, because they come to me and they say, "What lash do you wear?" Because for example, our eye is much more petite than other races, so we have to find, most of the eyelashes in the US, it's made for people with larger, bigger eye.
mm,
So all the Asian girl know this, that they have to trim, like cut the lash to fit their eye shape, which is
uh-huh.
why I create my products mainly to focus on Asian community so that it work best. Because sometimes the lash is too long or it's too extra for us. Like
Uh,
we need something that's very subtle but something there, like the
mhm,
Asian makeup style. And I feel like that's missing. There's not a lot of that out there, which is
mhm.
why I create my products that Asian can wear every day.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. All right, and just for fun,
Yes.
I looked up a couple of beauty hacks, and I don't know anything about them, so I'm gonna let you.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show you this YouTube video on beauty
Okay.
hacks, and you tell me if it's good or not. All right. So let me
Oh my
pull up the
God.
video. Have you ever heard of what is it? 5 minute. Uh,
Makeup tips or
yeah.
something.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, here we go. So you tell me if it's
Super
truth or if
excited.
it's okay. Let me find a short one. We don't want to do too many. All right, how about you want to do these gadgets or do you want to do hacks?
We can do hacks, I guess.
Okay, so I'll describe it for the audience here. Oh, let me turn on the
Okay.
sound. Wait, hold on. First hack. It looks like okay, using tissue paper for eyeshadow. So she
I
is
I never done that, but I don't think it's a good idea.
okay, so she just took a wad of tissue and blotted her eyeshadow all around her face. So now she has a rainbow look. I guess it
Yeah.
has kind of like the sponge look, like a cheap sponge or
I
something.
mean, if you're going to a fancy party doing creative look, it looks good, but definitely not an everyday thing.
Okay, all right. So not a great hack. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, so it looks like that's eyeliner, right? So she's putting
Yes.
eyeliner on, and someone bumped her, so now she has extra eyeliner on, and she's
Extra
using
wings.
Scotch tape to remove the eyeliner. What do you think?
Let's see how it. Okay, so this one will not work if it's waterproof eyeliner.
Okay, all right. So not a good hack. Well, we haven't found a good one yet. I want to go.
I mean, if it's a regular eyeliner, it might work, but like nowadays, every eyeliner is waterproof.
Oh, so the tape would just go on and
It will not take anything off.
Okay. Okay, so is that the cat eye look? What is this called?
Yes, a cat.
Okay.
How to do a wings? That a little. I mean, to me, there's our easier way than doing the whole thing.
Okay, so to describe it for the audience, this person took blue painter's tape and taped a V on her at the corner of her eye so that she can do what's it called, the wing look or
the wing
eye?
look. Yes.
Yeah, but she used like 10 inches of tape.
Yes, it's too much tape.
All right, what's your way of doing a cat eye look or a wing look?
So for a wing, if you are beginner, I recommend using like regular clear tape and then tape it and going from the outer corner of your eye toward your eyebrows, and then you can create a wing on top of that tape and then just take it off.
Okay, so this isn't total trash, but you don't need that much tape.
No, that's too much.
Okay. We're almost found a good one. We'll find at least one good hack here.
Okay, this is really good.
Okay, all right. So you want to describe it?
Yes. So she used the Q-tip. She's biting on the Q-tip and then applying her lipstick. The reason I said this is good because a lot of people, when they apply lipstick, normally apply lipstick, when you smile, it got on your teeth. But doing this, it's actually take out the spot that will cause it to stain your teeth. So this is a really good.
It keeps you from putting lipstick all the way to the corners.
Correct, like the inner corner. Yes.
All right, we found a hack, guys.
I'll definitely try out that hack.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that was a pretty easy one too. Actually, I like that.
Yes.
All right, that's your. So we got at least one beauty hack that works. Do you have a favorite, really easy beauty hack from yourself?
For me, I think it has to be my eyeliner. I think that's like a really, really great hack to apply eyelashes. And it's my favorite hacks to cut off all the glue and be able to apply your lash in less than 15 seconds. I don't think anything is better than that.
Yeah, so there you go. Got to go to moshikabeauty.com and get your eyeliner with the lashes that go on top.
Thank you.
Sure.
I would love to give discount code for your followers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. We can record that right now. I'll paste it in there.
Yeah.
Were you thinking like a percentage?
Yeah, I can do 15%.
Okay. Let's go Asian Pod 15 or something like that.
Yeah. Or actually we can do Asian Pod 20.
Oh, really? Oh, yes. Wow. Thanks so much, Kate. That'll be great.
No problem. Enjoy.
Okay, audience out there, make sure you buy a lot so it makes us look good. So maybe Kate will come back on our show when she comes out with another product. So thanks so much for offering that discount. That's great.
No problem. Yes.
So this is the part of our show where we go into what's called the lightning round, where we're going to just ask you some quick questions. Don't think too hard. Just go ahead and answer it. You kind of answered this first one, so I'm going to change it. I want to mix it up on you. So let's say you don't have a big purse. You have a little clutch or a little makeup bag. What do you have in that small, portable, easy to carry makeup bag? What do you carry with you?
I carry a face palette because face palette has everything in it. It has eyeshadow, bronzer, powder, blush. So one palette has it all, and then just eyeliner.
All right. When you go, I guess, do you go to Thai restaurants or do you only do home cooking?
I do go to restaurant a lot.
Okay, so what's your go-to Thai dish if you go to a Thai restaurant?
Thai basil.
Yeah?
Yes.
Like any kind of meat, like beef or chicken, doesn't matter.
Pork Thai basil.
Yeah, that is a good one. But is that your comfort food if you had a bad day or a long week, you got to get some Thai basil?
Yes.
All right, last one. Do you have any dream celebrities that we're going to manifest right now that you could get a brand ambassador for Moshika Beauty? Which celebrity would you die to have represent your company?
Oh my God.
Hard. This is going to happen too. If you manifest it here on our podcast, it's going to happen. So think carefully.
I would say Zendaya.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
cool.
I feel like I really love her personality. I think she's like very girl boss vibe, and seeing her growing up and also being from different race. So I feel like she has been through what I have been through as well. And her eye is gorgeous.
Yeah. And she can pull off the tomboy look. She can pull off the glam look. She can do anything.
I feel like she's very similar to me in terms of like personality. Like I could be very boyish doing boy activity, or I can like be really girly doing red carpet.
Yeah. No, everyone loves her. All right, and then the question that we end on is our kind of our signature question. We asked our guests to think about who they would choose as their infatuasian. Infatuasian is anyone in the Asian community that, we look up to or we want to honor. And so we're going to ask you, Kate Apiratanapimonchai, who is your infatuasian?
Do they have to be someone famous?
No, it could be a relative. It could be anyone. Yeah.
Okay. So I think it has to be my mom. Yes, because she is such an ideal Asian wife, Asian mom. I wish I can be more like her, but I'm more of like very independent. Sometimes I'm missing the soft side a little bit of how Asian wife should be. So for her to be able to do both, I really look up to her, and I feel like a lot of my driven personality does come from her. And she put like family first too.
Does she wear your makeup?
Yes, she does. She loves it because she doesn't know how to wear lash. So now she can wear lash, so she obsessed.
That's very sweet.
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, on this episode, you are Infatuasian, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Let's see. Oh, our pleasure for having you, and thanks for taking some extra time. I should be honest with the audience out there. Guys, I forgot to hit record again. This is like the second or third time I've done this. So Kate and I were talking for half an hour. We're having a wonderful chat. We were talking for like half an hour, and then we had to start all over. So thanks so much for being a good sport. Yeah, no, I got to hear your story twice, so that was a good night for me.
Right.
So people can follow you a couple different places. You have at least 3 Instagrams that I know of. Right. So you have Kate Moshika, Kate _ Moshika.
Kate _ Moshika, and at Kate's Glamour, and also Moshika Beauty.
Yeah, so follow all 3 of those accounts over Instagram.
You get different type of content on all 3 accounts.
Yeah, and then if you're interested in knowing more or purchasing from Moshika Beauty, you can go to moshikabeauty.com and you can purchase some of Kate's products.
Thank you.
And for all of you listeners out there who would like to try some of Kate's products, she is going to offer us, for Infatuasian podcast listeners only, she's going to offer you guys 20% off of some things or things site-wide?
Site-wide, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so if in the discount code you type in AsianPod20, you will get 20% off site-wide at Moshika Beauty. So we'll definitely put all that in our show notes. People should get over there and take a look and do some shopping. Everyone out there, thanks for listening. I hope you learned something. As always, you can write to us and give us your opinion at infatuasianpodcast@gmail.com. And you can follow us at Instagram at The Infatuasian Podcast. And I'll put all these details in the show notes. Make sure you follow us and give us a review on Apple or a rating on Spotify. So until we talk to you again, on behalf of Kate and myself, we hope that you're all happy, healthy, and safe out there. Talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right. We got one done.
Yay.